Welcome to full-on experimentation mode. Let's get away from the main road here. And we're going to adjust our camera too. So we are in turbo mode. And our goal today, hold on, let's get this camera adjusted a little bit. Kind of doing this on the fly. Everything's somewhat half-assed today. So the footage may be crap, but I think we'll have a valid experiment at the end of the day. So today's goal is to see how far this bike can go in turbo mode. This is the Salsa Tributary. Drop bar mountain bike e-bike. And I am at Texas Motor Speedway. And welcome to Riding Every Day. Tell, show, do. I'm going to tell you what we're doing, then we're going to show you what we're doing. And then if you want to go do it yourself, you're more than welcome to. You know how? This one's a little bit different. We're just... Curiosity's what killed the cat, right? So I'm definitely curious what the actual battery range is on this, but I'm not in shape enough, even with an e-bike yet, to really just test those limits every day. I'm using this e-bike as a tool to get back in decent riding shape. For a combination of bad knees and just being super damn fat that we got to take care of before we can get back on a traditional bicycle the way we really want to be. So we're using the e-bike as a tool to help accomplish that. And so far I'm definitely a fan of the e-bike, but I have not found its limitations as far as battery life and so forth. So according to the fancy computerized display here, it says in turbo mode, which is the highest setting, we have a range of about 28 miles. And we're going to see how true that is. And Texas Motor Speedway, this victory circle lap that goes around the whole facility, is almost dead on 5 miles a lap. That sounds about right, yeah. Yeah, we'll probably run out of juice exactly on the other side. Just now registering with me. We'll see how it goes. So, the plan is just to ride circles around Texas Motor Speedway until we're almost out of juice. I really don't want to have to pedal at the end of this for 2 or 3 miles without any assist. And I don't even know what this thing starts doing as you get to critically low assist. It may not let us do turbo mode the whole time. We'll see what we're up against. So right now we're at almost 19 miles an hour, into a little bit of a head breeze, it feels like, maybe. And we'll warm up for 10 minutes or so, 10 to 20 minutes, somewhere in there. And then in turbo mode, we'll just do my target heart rate of 130 and see how many miles we can knock out. So obviously at 15 miles an hour or more, it's going to take us less than 2 hours. I don't have that much battery life on the camera. Maybe once we warm up, and maybe we can crank it up over 20. I'm at 22 now. I'd love to knock this out in an hour and a half, which should be the battery life. Now, I don't know how calibrated or accurate the display for the e-bike is on the controls and everything like that. But yeah, I know I charged it to full last night, but it started us at 97%, according to the display here. We're down to 93% already. Now, as somewhat of a frame of reference, I did a longer ride the other day in the lowest mode, and it said we were what they call eco, which was still pretty good assist. And that one said we were going to have 80 miles of range. I'm not putting stock in any of these numbers. That's why we're doing this. It's like, okay, hey, let's get a test of how accurate the prediction is, and then we can adjust future experiments for longer distances accordingly. Not sure what Gladiator dude's doing here. All right, 24 miles an hour. We're not at heart rate yet. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to push this at the class 3 limit of 28 miles an hour the whole time. Texas Motor Speedway used to be the go-to for cyclists during the week, just to try to get some safe miles in. There used to be almost no traffic around here. As the population's grown, there are people that are using parts of this loop to connect other roads, other highways. So there is more traffic on here than there used to be, but it's still doable. But I don't know if the camera's showing it well or not. Somewhere along the way, TxDOT, City of Fort Worth, Texas Motor Speedway, somebody, they grooved this right side here. And this used to be really nice, smooth asphalt, and the roadies loved it. Then it kind of went to chip seal, and now they kind of grooved it, and it's just absolute shit if you're on a road bike. But City of Fort Worth and Texas Motor Speedway says, oh no, we didn't do this to discourage cyclists. I will let you be the judge of that statement. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if we're going to be able to get to target heart rate. We'll see. I'm not going to just explode up there. I'm going to ease into it. But we're up at 24 miles an hour and under 110 beats per minute in turbo mode. I'm going to have to get a lot more spinny than I'm comfortable with to maintain 130, I think. We'll see. Far back. Garmin Varia. I'm a fan. Sounds like a truck back. Nope, that's a car. So yeah, I'm doing this experiment kind of on the fly. This wasn't the plan for today. Actually going on a ride with a lovely bride this afternoon. That's today's A ride. But I was starting to edit another video talking a lot about this bike, and just kind of saying, yeah, hypothetically, I could just run out to TMS real quick and burn an hour and a half or 2 hours, and at least see how far we can go in turbo mode. I think that's useful information. So I don't have my gloves. Hopefully they're in the dryer by now. Far back. I don't have my cap, but it's an overcast day, so my sensitive scalp probably isn't going to get crispy burnt. Okay, we're bumping up the heart rate a touch. in the cruise control grip drops. Let's see, 10 minutes in. It's almost like a Swift ride. Usually on Swift, about 10 minutes in, I'd be a little over 3 miles in, and that was kind of my initial warm-up. Alright, what are these yahoos doing here? Make up your minds. Be smart. Average miles per hour, 19.8. We're at 25 at the moment, pushing 112. Heart rate, just trying to ease the heart rate up to where I want it to be. I don't want to spike it. Saying we still have 28 miles of range left. To be fair, at least for a drop bar mountain bike with 2.4-inch tires, this is going to be a smooth and flat route. So obviously, if you're throwing single track into the mix or some real hills up or down, your mileage will vary. There's no may vary to it. It is, your mileage will vary. Didn't bring any food though, so we really can't make this go much longer than an hour and a half now that I think about it. Ill prepared, Kevin. Ill prepared. There is a Buc-ee's across the road. That might mess up my experiment. Maybe we'll do it like an FTP test and gauge it off 20 minutes, peak 20 minutes. Alright, we're up to 120 on the heart rate. 121. And obviously this isn't going to be exact. Lots of variables. But just to have a rough idea. So this highest mode, this turbo mode, I typically say that for, I don't lean on this very heavily at the moment. But if I am on a stretched highway, high-speed highway, I'll crank it up into turbo mode just to get off there as quickly as I can and out of traffic. And as heavy as I am right now, if we do get to a steep hill, not just an incline, not just a one of the steeper hills out there, I would just throw it in turbo mode to save the knees. Most of the time, right now, I've been operating in turbo is like level 4 with the presets, and you can adjust them and fine tune them, and you can, there's other presets that you can reassign, but you're only allowed 4 slots on this setup. What this one is, turbo is the fastest, sport is the next, then tour plus as set up, and then eco. I typically, for the past several weeks, have been hanging out mostly in level 2 and 3. This past Sunday, I did a longer ride that was mostly eco mode, level 1. And actually, so today's a good day. And so where are we at? we're at 5.1 miles. That's almost dead on our 5 miles because we started up there about a tenth of a mile. Very nice. So for lack of a better term, on my riding every day, today's like, I'm basically 3 weeks into my riding every day program. I was riding somewhat regularly for a few weeks before that, but as far as focusing on riding every day, today's 3 weeks, and my training philosophy, I don't want to sound hoity-toity about it. My training guidelines that I work towards are along the lines of basically 6 weeks is a super critical training block. Every 6 weeks you really ratchet up assuming you're staying in your program, every 6 weeks you really go to the next level. And then obviously over time, next level gets more incremental, but it's still a next level. But a subset of that is there is still, within that 6 weeks, every 3 weeks, there's a noticeable change. Alright, so we're 10 miles in, 28 minutes, average speed 21.8, and showing range of 16 miles left. So another part of this test for today will be recharge time of the battery itself, because like I have an afternoon ride with Mrs. Spinistry, so I'll plug the bike in as soon as I get home, and I'm sure I won't have time to recharge fully, but it'll be interesting to see how much it does recharge in 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever our time ends up being for that. 8-ish mile projection, still holding up, 25 to 30, somewhere in that range. We'll see what it's like after another lap. We're going to actually stop this time because there's traffic here. Ramp back up slowly. Alright, 20 miles in, 54, call it 55 minutes. Average speed dead on 22 miles an hour. So that's 4. And it says we've got 9 miles of range left. So 2 more laps would be 10. Yeah. Now Alright, 25 miles, clear, no shit, don't know if y'all can see this or not. So we've got 5 miles to go, and this says I've got 4 miles of battery, 16% of battery life. We're 25.2 miles in at the moment. Average speed just went back to 22. I'm going to start this lap in the 125 range on the heart rate. Maybe get halfway around, take it down to 120, kind of cool down in from there. Yeah. Okay, we're doing lap 6. Really don't want to. But now I'm just curious more than anything. And I'm hoping the 4 miles is conservative, because I really don't want to push this heavy sled with no assist even for a mile if I don't have to. Put our halfway through the final lap. Basically 2.5 miles to go. Computer says we've got 5% of our e-bike battery left and 1 mile. It does feel like resistance is going down. Oh my, I think we're running out of battery. Resistance has definitely gone down. I mean, assistance. Oh my, of course, right at the furthest end. So we're going to say it was right with 28 miles. I think there's still some assistance here, but definitely not full turbo mode. Yeah, that 28 mile prediction was basically spot on. Alright, let's see what happens if we turn it off. Now, let's let this car go by. So I'm going to turn it off. Alright, so there was some assistance. Definitely not full turbo mode. So we'll turn it on. Come on, give me some assistance. E-bike battery 0%, thank you. Alright. We're going to ride tour mode in, and we're going to shortcut it. We're not going to get our 30 miles. Shortcutting we can do today. I missed my other turn. Maybe we just go ahead and do the full boat and pay our penance for running out the furthest out point. There's a little bit of assistance here, but not, I mean, I'm down to 16 miles an hour and my heart rate's up to 135. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little tired. Starting to warm up a touch, not terrible. I'm going to use every bit of battery that's here though. When Kevin messes up, he messes up good. That load up good. Oh! A little bit of a hill, and where's the assistance? Oh my. Gearing down. Shit. The last mile is going to take as long as most of the ride. We are done, folks. I'm just going to assume it's not good to take this down to 0. We're going to power off and truly pay our penance in full manual mode at probably 8 miles an hour or something like that. Holy hell. That is not fun. It was much more fun with the turbo mode. Why did I have to push it? Why, Kevin? Why? So, lesson of the day, at least after almost 600 miles of the bike, my guess is the computer starts recognizing your tendencies and riding style and accounting for your normal, for lack of a better term, riding. And probably after, I'm probably close to 600 miles on this bike now. I would assume its forecasting is probably better now than out of the box. Could be wrong. That's just an assumption on my part. I don't know what algorithms or AI may or may not be involved. But my takeaway at the moment, anyway, is I'm gonna put faith in that projection, that mileage projection for myself, anyway. Yeah, we're clicking along at 9.8 miles an hour now. We're at the same heart rate effort we were doing 20 to 22. Let's see, I got about 3/4 of a mile left. The pedal of shame. Well, if you have to, you can pedal this bike without assistance. I wouldn't call it fun. You're pushing a heavy bike, and then through the drag of the motor, but it will get you there eventually. Yeah, so what I'm doing 9 to 10 miles an hour now, probably on the traditional bike. I would safely be in the 12 to 14 mile an hour range. I'm pretty confident. Same effort. But I wouldn't have been able to rock that 20 mile an hour plus at that effort in a traditional bike, that's for sure. And I mean, there's no doubt that's the thing about riding Texas Motor Speedway like this. You can clock miles, you can put in saddle time, but the reality is 2 laps is about a sanity limit. 3 laps, that's, that takes a little determination, but in the old days, that'd give you an hour of riding, roughly. Throw in a warm up and a cool down of some of the side sections to mix it up. A little bit of a downhill helps. We're up to that 13 miles an hour. Should we see if the battery wants to give us any last push home? So, battery on. You're dragging more. Oh, there's a little assistance. There's a little assistance. It's giving me a little bit of juice. I'm going to use it. % of battery life, 0 miles left, according to this. I mean, I've got it turned up all the way to turbo. That's obviously not turbo mode now. It's survival mode. There's 30 miles there. Like I said, we had a little bit of bonus from the parking area. I'll show you all that. It used to be that building we were going by every lap on the right there. That's, I guess now it's a truck driver's training or something like that. That used to be the gift shop / ticket office, and everybody used to park there. But now that's closed off. So I think this is a fisherman's parking for that little pond, lake, whatever they want to call it over there. This is where I parked today. There's no signage that says you can't or anything. No gates. No wires across the driveway. Looks like it's used regularly. But whereas the old place you could probably park 100 cars there if you needed to, this is good for what, maybe 15 or 20 cars? But I don't see anything that says we can't park here. Alright, we're done. 30.3 miles, and the battery died. Average 20.6 miles per hour, an hour 28, and yeah, 28 miles as forecast. Is pretty close to where the battery didn't completely die on us, but where full assist pretty much died, and there wasn't much battery after that.